Welcome. You are entering a world of pretension, of intelligence, of an unabashedly handsome alpha male. Meet Pretentious James.
Hey everybody, Pretentious James here. Another episode of Fit Posting. Now, if you remember back in episode 37, way back when, I talked to my friend Daniel, who was training for a marathon at the time. He has since completed his first marathon, and I'd like to share exactly how that went and if he thought the training regimen he chose adequately prepared him for it. So, go.
Sure. I'd say it went well. I pretty much throughout the course of the marathon, it's pretty modest. It was a 10-minute mile, but maintaining a 10-minute mile for 4 hours, over 4 hours, and going 26 miles at that pace, for me that felt like a pretty big achievement. As far as training programs go, there's a guy that I follow on YouTube called Sage Canaday. I think his website is like Sage Running, and I purchased a marathon training plan from there. It wasn't very expensive, and it was worth it just to have the structure, because I had never trained for a marathon before, so I didn't really know what it was that I needed to do and how to approach that. I know that once you start the training plan, you need to already be running around 20 miles a week once you take on a plan like that. You can't just cold turkey jump into a marathon training schedule. You have to have at least some mileage buildup. And fortunately, he also has a mileage buildup training schedule on his website too, and that one's for free. So if you just want to get started with something like that, not to shame you or anything, but you really don't have an excuse. It was a great event. It was one of the coolest things I've ever done. Being in a foreign country, being in Spain, running around, because it's a pretty big deal. Like the marathon I went to, the Barcelona Marathon, there was thousands and thousands of people there from different countries. So just being surrounded by people that were speaking different languages all around me, and the fact that I knew that back home it was like 1 a.m. in the morning, and I was running this marathon in the middle of the day in Barcelona, Spain, surrounded by all these different people from different places, different cultures. It was really cool. It was surreal. It was awesome. So if you're thinking about doing something like that, maybe that'd be a good carrot at the end of the stick. Pick a cool place to run the marathon and know that if you stick to the training plan, you're going to get to go somewhere awesome and do something awesome while you're there.
So that being said, you told me a rather ambitious plan. Since your first marathon was in Europe, you followed that up with a new goal that you were going to set for yourself, and you've started training for a marathon again. Why don't you tell us what the new plan is?
So this is definitely a long-term life goal, but they have what's called the 7 Continents Club, and that's for someone that's run a marathon on every continent. And that just seemed like a really cool thing to have as a pursuit, since you only get one go round on Earth. Might as well live it up, So I have some ideas as far as marathons that I'd like to do on other continents. I've always wanted to go to Brazil. I've always wanted to go to Japan. I think definitely this is a tip if you haven't done much running, but the heat is awful, so I would love to run if I did a North American marathon. No offense to Texas, but definitely not Texas, maybe somewhere further up north for the North American one. But that's I know that this also includes Antarctica. I'm gonna have to come up with a way to get that going and train for that someday. That's definitely not gonna be the next one I go try and do. But we'll see if I can do it. It'll be fun.
So the people that are in this Seven Continents Club that have done Antarctica, you were telling me like part of their advice was practice running in sand
Yeah.
to get your body used to running in the snow.
Yeah, because there's not roads in Antarctica, so you're gonna pretty much be running on snow the whole time.
Yeah, and the Antarctica marathons, how organized are they? Do they have like medical professionals there
Yeah.
and a route? And
Yeah, so there's a company, the last time that I went to run the marathon, there's a company called Marathon Tours, and they have trips all over the world, including Antarctica, that it's a guided thing. And I know for the Antarctica one, you fly to an island near Antarctica, and they have a boat chartered that takes you down to where the start of the race is in Antarctica, and it's an organized event. Sounds brutal, but I mean, that's...
But imagine how totally lit your Tinder profile is going to be after that.
Oh man, I would imagine. It's like, marathons are one thing, but doing a marathon at the roof of the world.
Bottom of the world. Northern Hemisphere rocks.
Gotcha. Yeah, an extreme pole of the world, shall we say.
Yeah.
I always think of it as the roof just because of how freaking cold it would be.
All right. Any other thoughts about running marathons before we sign out?
Not really. I guess there's no big secret to it. It's just a matter of consistency. If you consistently go run, and if you consistently try and improve upon your mileage, you can do it.
Well, till next time, Fit Poster.